Hi my friends, we continue where we left off with strings. If you haven't watched the previous video, I suggest you to watch it first. I'm going to create a new file and I will call it as lesson 2. In the previous video we learned how to print something to the terminal, so I want to show it one more time. Let's say programming with Harun. I will run it. Okay, we can print it without any problem. We have already learned that, and we mentioned about variables. So if you haven't watched it, please watch the previous video first. In this video we are going to examine the string methods in detail. The first method I want to show you is len. I want to add a comment here, len. The len method gives us the information of how many characters our string consists of, and the usage is quite simple. I want to show you. You write print, we write programming with Harun. I don't need it, and to get the information of how many characters this string consists of, we just write len. And we need to cover it with parentheses. So if we run it, okay, we can get the character len value. By the way, the spaces here and here, I mean in the string, the spaces also have an effect of length value. So I will assign this string to a variable. So let's say channel name. You can give any name, it doesn't matter. So I will just write channel name. We will get the same result. Okay, as you can see, when we make an application in the future, and if we need to get a password from the user, for example, we will check the length of the password with this method, and if it is below a certain length, we will give an error message to the user. So we can use this method to check the password length or the other things. It depends on your project. Now I want to mention the other methods. So I don't need it. I will copy it again. I don't need anything with len. So if we add a dot here, PyCharm brings methods that we can use with strings, because PyCharm can understand that this variable is a string. Since PyCharm detects the variable as strings, it brings us the methods that we can apply with strings. We are not going to take a look at all of them, but we will try to take a look at most used ones. So let's say upper. So I want to run it. Upper method converts the entire string to uppercase. So we can easily use upper to make the string uppercase. By the way, I want to highlight a thing, that these methods don't make any changes to the variable. What we said for the variables, we said that they are the memory of computer. So we don't make any changes in the computer's memory. We just apply a method to this string. I can prove that to you. If I print the string after I made the characters uppercase, we will still see the same, I mean the original string here. So I want to show it. Let's run the codes here. So first we print this string with the uppercase because we applied a method here, and then we print this string. So we still have this original string here. We didn't make any changes. In the computer's memory, this string is still the same because we don't make any changes the string in the computer's memory. So if we want to make changes, what can we do? It is so simple. We will just write channel name equal. We want to make the changes on this variable. So what we want to apply the upper method here, then we want to update it in the computer's memory. So if I run it again, okay, we have the same result because we updated the variable which is in the computer's memory. I'm going to delete it because I don't want to make any changes in the computer's memory. So I save it. Okay, we continue with the methods. We have another method called lower, which is opposite of upper. I don't need you. I will just write it again. Channel name lower. I will run it again. The lower method converts all the characters in our string to lowercase. As you can see in the terminal, all the letters are lowercase. We have another method, capitalize. You can get the clue from its name, but I want to show you. I don't need you. I will write it again. Say capitalize. I run it. This method capitalizes the first letter of the string and then lowers these letters of other words here. As you can see, we have the original string is here, we have the uppercase here, but in the terminal it is lowercase. I want to repeat it one more time. This method capitalizes the first letter, only the first letter of the string, and then make the other letters lowercase in the string. But if we want to capitalize the first letters of all the words in the string, we have another method, title. I want to show it to you. Channel name and title. I save it, run it again. It worked, as you can see, but I want to make all the letters lowercase to show it better. Sorry, just write P, run it again. Okay, as you can see, it made the uppercase. I mean, it capitalized the word's first letter here. Now I want to take a look at the count method. I want to show it to you again. Actually, we don't need them. I will delete. It may confuse us, and I want to make it bigger actually. Okay, channel name dot count. I want to know how many W letter we have in this string. So if I write W here and I run this code, it printed we only have one W letter. If we want to know how many M we have in this string, so let's write M, run it again. Sorry, we only have 2 M letter. By the way, you can write everything, not just letters. For example, we can check how many width we have in this string, so we can write width. So run it again, we have 1 width. So if I write one more or 2 more and run it again, okay, we have 3 width. I will delete them, I don't need them anymore. In addition, this method, the count method, and the many other methods can take the start and the end index values. In other words, we can determine after which index the character or word we are looking for will be searched. For example, I want to search for the letter G. If I write G here, it gives me 2 because it found one here and the second one here. But if we want to search for the letter G after, for example, this character. So we need to give the index number of this character. So we need to count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we give 5 here and then run it again, this time it printed only one letter. I mean it could find only one letter instead of two. So we can also determine the ending index. This third parameter here is the ending. So we can say, for example, we start here and we can finish here. So let's write 7 and run it again. It couldn't find any G letter between this index. I hope you understood it. So I want to show another method, channel name dot. I want to show the find method. Find method allows us to find out whether a character exists or not and in which index it is. So if we write with here, it will try to find with inside this string. So let's try to find it. The find method found with inside this string and it gives us the index information of that word or character. But what if such a word had not exist? So if we write something here, let's run it. It printed -1, which means no such character or word it found. And if we search for the M letter here, so if we write M here, let's run it again, it printed something, some index, but we have two letters here, the M, two M letters, but this method found the first one. The find method searches from left to right. So it tries to find the letter, the character, the word from left to right. As soon as it finds it, it gives us the index of that character. It doesn't look for the another one. We also have a method called rfind. I want to show it. Let's write print channel name dot rfind. We will look this. We are going to search for the same letter. So if I run it, as you can see, we got the different result here, different index. Because the rfind method starts searching from right to left. It tries to find the letter, the character from right to left. That's why we write rfind. It means right find. I hope you understood. By the way, we can also specify the index value here. You can write 5, 10 as we did here. So keep that in your mind. Now we are going to learn replace method, and I really like this method and I use it a lot. Let's try replace. The replace method is a method that allows us to replace a certain expression in a string. For example, I want to change the name of Harun here. So if I write Harun here, the first parameter is the expression that we want to change in the string. And the second parameter, we need to add comma, and we need to give a second parameter. Second parameter will be the new expression which will be replaced with the old one. So if I write Mike here and then run it, okay, as you can see in the terminal, we change the name of Harun in string. So it became Mike. This method replaced all the names which is Harun. So if I write two more Harun here, and if I run the code again, check the terminal, all the names which is Harun became Mike. but we can also limit it by giving one more parameter to the replace method. So if I write the value here, the integer value, I mean we are going to learn what is integer is, but if I write a number here, if I write 1 and run the code again, I want to show it. Look at the terminal. Only one name is changed. We still have the Harun name here because we limit it here. So if I write 2, only 2 name change here because we limit it. Okay, and now I'm going to show you 2 more methods. So I don't need it. I will print channel name, and the first method is starts with. I think you can understand from its name, but I want to show you. This method is used to check if our string starts with a certain character or expression. For example, the string here starts with P. So if I write P here, and if we run the code, it's printed true because the string starts with P. So if I write something different, for example, let's say some random, it's printed false. Actually, we don't need to write a character. We can write long expression here. For example, I can write programming. It's returned true. I mean, it's printed true. So if I write pro, it's also print true. We can also specify the beginning and the ending index here. So we can give some index number here, index value here, but I'm not going to do that because we learned how it is done. If you didn't understand what true and false are, we will see that in the following videos. You just need to know that if our string starts with what we have given here, it will print true. If it doesn't start, it will print false. And the another method I want to show you is endswith. I want to show it. So let's write channel name dot endswith. Endswith is the opposite of starts with. It is used to check which expression our strings ends with. If I write n here, because our string ends with n, if I run it, it print true. If I write run here, you know, the string ends with run. I mean, you can check like that. It's print true. By the way, you can also specify the index number here. You know that the important point here I want to draw your attention to, there is case sensitivity in these methods. So if I write upper n and if I run the code, it's print true. So keep that in your mind. There are a few other methods that I'm going to talk about in the following videos. First, we need to learn what a list is to understand these methods. So I will end the video here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.